Hi, this is Katie here from KDY Designs, and I'd just like to show you how to paint this rose. So I have a rose already drawn, and I did this in pencil first, a lead pencil, and then I used just a simple biro to render. And if you come closely you can see the rendering and the shading. And all I do is use it just as I would a lead pencil, except I release the pressure and shade. Then I erase all the pencil lines, and this is what you can do. So here is my rose. Here is a finished rose in watercolour, and here's an orange one. And I also have some ones here that I just printed onto metallic card, and I love renderings, so sometimes I just like the process before it's coloured, and often people like to buy them as well. So I'd just like to show you how to do this with the painting. Today I'm using, these are watercolour paints, and I buy them at Premier Arts or Eckersley. And so what we're going to do is start with, I'm going to choose what colour palette I'd like to use. That one's a very warm orange and yellows. So I think today I'd like to do a cool palette, but in pink. It's a bit like that one really, isn't it? So we're going to use a cool... Now with these colours, they're watercolours, so you need an equal amount of water to paint. And I need to find the right size. So the larger sizes are good for cleaning the palette. Sometimes a palette gets dirty and you just go round and round and round until it cleans it up, and then you'll get your lovely colour back. As I said, you need to use water. You'll know if you haven't used, this is a sort of medium sized brush. Now as I paint, I don't use strokes. I don't colour in. I'm keeping my paintbrush on the paper, and I'm gradually going around the edges. With watercolour you don't need to do it too much. You basically go over it once or twice and the colour is there. Now I'd like to add some highlights to this, and I'm going to come over and find some, this is a lovely fluoro palette. And I'm going to add, while it's still wet, I'm going to add some of the highlights in the fluoro. I can also then bring in some white to once again bring in some lovely highlights. Hopefully you'll still see the dark renderings from the black biro that I've used. Is that the same colour? That looks a lot. This is very much a cool red. With the different types of reds, if it has blue in it, it's called a cool red. If it's a very bright orangey red, it's a warm red. Now I'm going to start bringing in, see how you can see the darks, the mid-tones and the highlights. If I treat each petal individually, it will work out really beautifully. There you have one petal. Now I'm going to go to the next petal. Just bear in mind that if this paint touches this part, it will bleed into it. So sometimes I'll then go across the other side. But I am going to paint a bit quicker this time. Just one whole section. See how you can still see the lovely black renderings from the biro. I absolutely love using biro. It's because it's permanent, it doesn't bleed. Felt tip pens bleed into your watercolour. Now that's a whole section I've done, so I'll then treat that like a whole space. I'll go back and get some more colour on there. Come back and get some of the highlight of the mid-tone. The fluoro orange, pink, excuse me, is the mid-tone. We have the rich ruby type red as a dark tone, and then we'll come and bring in some highlights with a bit of white. All the work's been done with the rendering, so I don't need to worry about the details, they're already in there. So here I finished, the one in the middle is the one I've just painted. And as you can see, it's all dried, and I did the greens for the leaves and the buds, and I used the fluoro yellow and this green to create the highlights. And this is the result, which is really similar to this one. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next demonstration. Bye.